We were from the other night in terms of injuries. So we'll do a late check tomorrow on one or two. But otherwise, yeah, we're looking forward to the game, and hopefully, we can get a positive result.
I think, well, obviously, your first two derbies has not been, you haven't received any positive results due to the 5-0 drubbing in both games. What is your mindset going into this one, and what exactly are you expecting from your players in this one? Because I think you've had a positive results over the past 4 or 5 games. So what is your mindset as well as the players going into this one, and what is the aspired, the type of football that you're expecting to play against Pirates? Thank you.
I think, obviously very disappointed with what went before, but I mean, that's gone. Can't do anything about that now. We obviously got to look forward and try and, be positive and play in a way that I think we can get a positive result. But right now, that's all we're thinking about. We're not too thinking about, what's gone before.
Coach, I remember previously you used to say, beating Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns doesn't win you the league or anything like that. Now you're on this side of the fence, and obviously there's expectation of you to beat these sides. Is your sentiments, does it still stand? Does it change somewhat to align with the supporters' expectations of you guys, having to beat the big guns or your big rivals?
Well, I certainly beat them more than they beaten me in my career. So obviously it was a bit different year. It's just, listen, we came in to those games. I mean, they were really, I think we were maybe, how we played. But, I mean, we certainly gave it away a little bit. We had good chances and we didn't take our chances. And then we chased the game. And then once you start chasing, we got caught once or twice. So it's a different game, as I say. There is, as you said, Chad, different expectations here. Obviously, but we certainly got to look at the bigger picture and try and make the team better and improving all the time. So hopefully we'll see improvement on Saturday.
Coach, just a quick one. You going into this game with a bunch of youngsters that have taken the footballing community by storm. Looking at them going into this match, knowing the magnitude of the derby, not only being about the 3 points, how do you then try to settle them, looking at how hyped up they are and looking at the fact that Orlando Pirates also introduced one of their youngsters from their academy in their previous 2 matches?
You don't really need to say too much. We got to treat it like another game. Obviously, I know the expectations around the place, but I mean, we got to try and not do anything out of the ordinary. And hopefully, as I said, hopefully we can try and improve from the last time we played. And that's all you can do. These young players have come in. Yes, they've been given a chance, but now they obviously got to hold on to those chances. So it's important that we, play properly and do with the ball and without the ball. We've got to improve. We've got to improve, certainly. And that's just that's an on-game process.
I just wanted to obviously just ask about your thoughts on Pirates. Ever since the last time you played them, do you think they've improved since the last time you played them? Because they've had to change their team quite around. They lost Mango through injury, then they lost Lepasa, and they've had a few injuries at the back as well. What sort of Pirates team do you expect, given that they've also had a topsy-turvy start, especially in the new year?
Well, they've had a great start. They won a trophy already. So, they made some very good signings. I mean, players that I know very well. So, and they come and they fitted in very well, and they're certainly taking their team to another level. That's for sure. What's going on there, I don't really know. I've tried to concentrate on what we do. Obviously, yeah, we've had our own problems, but they certainly got a lot of options there. That's for sure. So how they play, what they do, they'll still put a very, very good team out. I'm sure of that, and they'll be competitive. But they've got a lot of options there. That's for sure.
Coach, I'm sure it must be pleasing going into the derby after playing 5 matches, only conceding 2 goals. just shows that at the back, things are working out for you, and the defenders are making sure that, they're not letting any chances or giving any chances to the opposition.
I think anytime, you go to a club, you want to certainly work on that area of the pitch. And obviously we weren't very good at the beginning, but, trying to it's all about combinations. It's all about getting a understanding. And obviously there's been a few changes, as you can see, players changing here and there. And I don't think we're nowhere near the finished product, but it's an ongoing thing and that we need to keep working on. That's all we can do,
Coach, I think I'm speaking under correction. You've won 11 points out of a possible 15 over your last couple of games. I think 5 to be precise. What do you think has that turnaround been to? Is it now the players are now starting to understand the type of football that you want to play, the pattern? Is it also the tweaking of the systems that you've had over the last couple of days? What would you exactly pinpoint the type of good results that you've been getting ahead of this massive clash up against your nemesis and rivals on the Pirates? Thank you.
I think it's a combination of things. I would never say what I think, but I'll give you just a brief overview. I think it's to do with cutting out, eradicating big mistakes. I think that's certainly the first thing we need to do. Getting to play people where I think they're comfortable and getting to play in a way with the players that we've got in a way that suits them. That's pretty much, an overview of it. But I mean, that's all I can really say on that point. There's a lot of other details, but I mean, we won't get into that.
Obviously, a circumstance you can't control, but how much of a disappointment is it not to have the fans there? Because obviously that motivates the players in a completely different way.
100%. I think there's been good days, bad days, but I think generally we need you need the support. And I think, it was certainly for me, I think we would have got a few more points, but it is what it is. It's the whole world has been affected. And everybody, there's a team like Kaizer Chiefs certainly cry out for the supporters. There's no doubt about it. And I think it certainly alleviates them and gets them into another level. And they certainly, do miss it, I was really looking forward to it coming to a club like Chiefs, because I've always been the other way around. It could be 50,000 and we've had 500 maybe, So it happens, and nobody saw this coming. So yeah, we do miss the supporters greatly.
Coach, I just want to check here. You faced Pirates earlier in the MTN 8, and then at the time the season has just started. Do you think now that you have been unbeaten in 5 games, do you think you are in a better place, to face them? And then just the last one, with Cardozo, we have seen him move the midfield in the central role of the midfield. Will he play there also on Saturday?
No, he's going to play up front. I'm going to play him up front on Saturday. No, I don't know. We're going to play him. Yeah, look, we were in a good space when we played them in the first time, I thought, and, they certainly, they got early goals, and we missed two. The first game, we missed 2 unbelievable chances to make it 2-0 before they even scored. So, those things could turn around. Hopefully the ball goes in the back of the net, then you got something to hold on to, which we didn't. So, but certainly the last couple of games, we haven't been great, but certainly eradicated mistakes and looked a little bit more solid out of possession. And these are the things we work on. But we've got to have a little bit, even on Tuesday, Wednesday, I can't remember when we played, we had some unbelievable chances second half. You've got to score. So it's football. It's football. Manchester United, last night, top of the league, they lose to bottom of the league. You tell me. As is the betting man. You put your house on Man United last night. So you never know in this game.
Coach, just on your 2 assistants, Arthur's obviously experienced, in terms of the Chiefs culture and the Soweto derby. But working with Sheppy and Arthur as well, what are you experiencing with the 2 of them? What are they bringing to the fore? And Lee Baxter as well. There's been some speculation on social media as to why he's often seen giving out the tactical instructions when you make changes, substitutes. Can you maybe just give some insight into that as well?
No, they're all enthusiastic. We're all working together. There's no problems. I'm in charge. It's not a problem. The taxi has been set out already, so there's no problems there.
Coach, just looking at your youngsters, compared to the beginning of the season when they played in this derby, and looking at now, maybe one of the more prominent ones now is Ngobo. What would you say about their progress and maybe the expectation of standing their ground this coming weekend?
It's a bit of, listen, we've got a long way to go. There's other parts of the game that we need drastically to improve on. And those are the things that behind closed doors gets worked on a lot, but there's a lot to be done, in certain things, and it's a work in progress. So yeah, we've taken a small step, and we'll just take one step at a time with some of these boys.
I mean, players like Spade and Changase haven't been carrying a run in your team. Are you maybe disappointed with their progress in the way they're fighting to be in the starting 11? Because he's one of the big players at Chiefs, and people expect a lot from him. Are you disappointed that maybe he's not fighting enough to be in the starting lineup?
Everybody's working hard, at training. So yeah, I can only pick what I see, and everybody needs to keep working hard. The ones that are in and the ones that are out, and hopefully force the hand. And when they get, everybody since I've been here has been given a chance. Everybody, him included. So, we've got to try and pick the best 11 and that suits each other. But yeah, everybody's been given a chance. If you look at the team sheet since I've been here.
Coach, just on this season, I know you've been saying you're not at the halfway mark yet, but this will now officially be the halfway mark. Having worked with the players within the squad, having seen the progress you've made so far, what is the goal for this season now that you're almost at the halfway mark? In terms of, I don't know, would you say you're not really challenging for the title this season? Is it just about building or setting a foundation for the next 2 years? What is exactly is the ambition this season, having seen what you have at your disposal?
Well, at a club like Kaizer Chiefs, you can't be building for the future. That's what I believe. But we're in the situation we're in. If you take our points now and you double it, you're not going to win the league. You know that. I mean, so that's going to be, we're going to have to do the best we can. So right now, one game at a time, try and get to the next game, try and reset our goals. That's all I can do because of, we all know the situation. So I believe in the players we got, but they certainly need to do better. There's no doubt about it. And everybody's in the shop window with me. They need to put their hands up and show that they want to play. That's the bottom line. But right now, we just got to go one game at a time, but keep expectations down.